It's a three-time winner of Champions League, and now it's one coach of mondial level. So I'm very happy to that you are with us.
Thank you very much.
And
It's a pleasure for me, and I'm here to listen and to tell you whatever you want.
and I'm very happy to tell hello to my friend Luis. Together we start one style of working with the drone. I already used drone in the past because I think that it's almost 10 years that I work with, but with the software of Flyfoot, for sure my level to see also a lot of aspect of the tactic with the drone change. So thank you very much, Luis.
Thank you for the invitation, Michele, and thank you, Aitor, for making time for us also.
So
Thank you.
let's start to talk about football. Luis, please introduce us a little bit Flyfoot. What is for which typology of coach is Flyfoot, and wherever you want to share video, please let me know. Like this, I can start it.
Sure. So I will tell you about the story of how I met Aitor. I think it's also part of the overall story today. So I used to work for Adidas in Germany. I was global digital marketing manager, and I quit, came back to Spain. This is 2017, and I worked really hard to start Flyfoot as a company. In the application of AI technology and drone combined for Flyfoot, for football analysis. So we were very lucky at the first years, and we worked really hard, and we got very good results. And we caught the eye of a massive legend like Aitor, a guy called, maybe you know him, Fernando Hierro, some of the best center backs in history, you know. And back then, Fernando talked to Aitor, and he said something like, "Hey, Aitor, would you like to test this technology?" And Aitor just arrived to Granada. So there we went. We went back down to Granada. I met Aitor, incredible character, super generous person. And you will see how he flows after during the call. Yeah, we started to talk, and we rolled out the software, and we listened a lot to Aitor's advice, to Fernando Hierro's advice, and to many other people. No. So in the end, what we released is a software. It's AI software, one of the fastest and the best softwares out there in the market, because it's very simple to use, because it's very fast. It processes AI technology super fast, and these are the main two drivers that are pushing us forward around the world. We're in more than 10 countries right now. Uruguay, Spain, Mexico, the US, Argentina, Belgium, I don't know, many countries. And the main two drivers for this success so far are these two things, no? And these come from conversations with Aitor, from conversations with Fernando, from conversations with Mikel Arteta, also conversations with Pochettino, also. So top people that we were very lucky to talk to, no? Yeah, and we will show you the software in a bit if you want, Michele. You are a user. You're a fantastic user, I have to say.
Fantastic. No, I am a user. Yeah, I want to translate a little bit for our Italian channel. Praticamente Luis ci ha spiegato insomma come è nata la loro azienda, senza che vi traduco i nomi che ci ha appunto detto adesso, insomma Michele Arteta, Aitor Karanka, sono stati tutti parte di questo processo. Anch'io, also me, I use this software. For me was very nice to try this software. I changed my idea of the analysis for the tracking drone, and I think no, Aitor, this help us a lot to understand a lot of things.
Yes, I think it's vital, and now when you have the new generation of the players, you need to for me, the main task of a coach is to convince the players, and normally the players need to get convinced through a lot of things, with your tactics, with your character, with your knowledge, but also with your programs, with the technology that you are using. Because I don't want to go long time ago when I played, because I am too old. But it's true that when I was, for example, in Real Madrid
not sold.
with Jose Mourinho, the software were not too big. We didn't have a lot of programs. So in 10, 13 years, the technology has changed a lot. The AI has changed a lot. And now for me, is another skill, another weapon to convince the player, because now the analysis every single day is more important. But it's true that the way that you arrive to the players is almost or even more important. So with the technology, with the programs like Fly Food, is much easier. I remember, for example, in Granada, or I remember my last experience in Tel Aviv, in Maccabi, the players, for example, couldn't believe that the following day of the training, we had the training live. We had the training with the distances in between them, with the heat map, with the speed of them. So for them, at least you are showing them that you are a coach, you are a coaching staff that are completely updated till the last models of the technology.
Honestly, to enter a little bit on football, so for what we are talking now, I like to see a lot the distance between the player. This help a lot us, because we have another perspective to see how move, for example, our line of defense, our department. So it's very good to understand if what you are speaking to the team, it's what happened on the field. So I think now that this help a lot to have one video from up, and you can see the distance, the speed. What is for you, Aitor, the best modality, or what is the best situation in which you can use the drone and the tactic with the drone?
The drone is vital to have a good perspective of the pitch, because I've been in clubs where I had just cameras, and it's difficult to find the right perspective. So even when you are doing the same job and you are analyzing the training session, and then you are showing them the session, even you can have a discussion with them, because sometimes the perspective is not good, and sometimes the player thinks that they are in a good position, because again the perception of the camera, of the image, is not as good as with the drone. And when you have the right perspective, and then you put the distance in between the players or the speed, they can argue, they can discuss anything, because you are showing them. So it's much better to convince them, it's much better to teach them, and it's much better for them to don't have excuses.
I go to translate faster in Italian. Praticamente Aitor ci sta spiegando come utilizza il drone, e ha messo un accento più che altro sulla possibilità di far capire al giocatore che è in campo quello che realmente sta facendo, perché lui dice la percezione che il giocatore ha a volte è erronea, quindi magari la linea di difesa crede che tutto sta andando bene, e invece grazie a un video di un allenamento riusciamo a poi far capire che realmente non è così. And I'm agree with you. We have the same typology of working. I'm really lucky, because I am with one staff very young. Our coach is young, and every time that I propose new technology, And for example, when I proposed to him fly foot, he was very happy. Our coach name is Eddie Jordanescu, and I'm very happy because he understands really the importance of this. He made that with Flyfoot and with Luis, we get a collaboration for our last match friendly game in Wanda Metropolitano in Madrid. So his company come and they film our match. This help us a lot to understand a lot of things, and we will present some of this aspect to the team. Now we are preparing the European Cup, so when we will meet them in maximum 2 weeks, we will present some aspect of that match with the image for the drone from the drone. So it was a help for us. So praticamente sto dicendo che questa compagnia Flyfoot è venuta nel nostro ultimo match a Madrid contro la Colombia e hanno registrato la nostra partita. E questo è molto importante. Non possiamo farlo nelle partite ufficiali, come per esempio un europeo o le qualificazioni, però nelle partite amichevoli riusciamo ad usufruire del loro aiuto fondamentalmente. Ho ricevuto le immagini dal drone, le abbiamo analizzate con Flyfoot e quindi le andremo a mostrare poi alla squadra quando ci riuniamo. Aitor, if you want to tell us some details in plus, something that you think that we miss on this discourse, for example, did you have any contrast with this typology of technology? For example, our player accept very good this. You tell us that in Tel Aviv everybody was wow, what's going on? So did you have every time good feedback? Sometimes happen that vice versa, somebody was not happy.
I think the new technologies, and Flyfoot is one of them, and for me the best are really important. But for me, it's even more important the way that you use as a coach that technology. Because you said, for example, it depends. When I had to encourage the players individually or as a team, I was using images or things that they were really good for them or for him to go home thinking that wow, how good we are. But on the other hand, sometimes you have to use them to correct them. Sometimes you have to use them those images to kick them, because again, and that is the knowledge of the coach. The moment when the things are going bad, you need to encourage them, and you have to use good images and to transmit the good message. But when the things are going bad, or you need to correct something, you know that they're gonna be happy, but you are showing them all the mistakes that the team or the individuals are doing without no excuses. So again, happy, not happy, that is the problem. Again, the main thing, and I don't think if they're happy or not happy, or they are not happy, the only thing or the only concern for me is that when they are leaving the training ground, or when they are leaving the meeting of the analysis or whatever they want, is that they go home thinking that they have a coach and they have a coaching staff who work a lot and who use those technology in the best way. Because again, for example, in Maccabi or even in Granada had Brian Zaragoza, who is now in Bayern Munich, and I was sending him the videos the night before through WhatsApp with the technology of Flyfoot. But again, for example, in Maccabi, I had Eran Zahavi, the best player in the history of Israel, he's mad about football, and he was in my office at 7 in the morning because he wanted to see the day before training session. So again, every single player is different, every single team is different, and for me, again, the main thing is that the club and the players feel and know that they have a coach and a coaching staff who work and who have the last technology to help them.
If I can say something, Michele, if I can say something,
Yeah.
Aitor has this vision of that context because of the personality of Aitor. You guys just met him, but he goes into the club 2 minutes. Every single person in the club loves him. Okay, the players, the cooking staff, security guard, greenkeeper, they all fall in love with Aitor because he has that personality, and he uses that personality to empower other things, like, hey, now that we have a good relationship, now that I trust you, now that I will put my name in the line for you, so that you could succeed, now listen to this technology, look at this. And that's why people also fall for him, because he's very good with group management, and he makes shine any other tool, not only Flyfoot. That's why he's like that, and that's why wherever you go, they will say you that Aitor is who Aitor is, and that's why people love him.
Thank you very much. But again, I think it's my personality. But again, as a coach, you need to bring the best from your players, and to have the best from the players, they need to eat well. So you need to have a good relationship with the people who is cooking. You need to have the pitch in the best conditions. So you need to have a good relationship with the grossman. You have to push them, you have to help them, you have to put pressure on them. And again, it's not just who is scoring the goal, it's about everybody. So for that reason, I think that it's important to bring everybody on board.
I want to tell only one thing, because you tell about Zahavi, was my opponent in the qualification, and it's true. I had the pleasure to talk with him, and it's really one intelligent guy. We was talking for 15 minutes about TATTICA, so it was really a pleasure, because he was in Italy too. He was in Palermo, so he talked a good Italian, so it was a pleasure. And it's true, when you have this typology of player with this typology of level, you must also to offer something more. Luis, what do you think about if we go to share some video like this? Also,
Sure.
our
100%.
community can understand a little bit the Flyfoot style.
Let's go to product. Yes, sure.
Okay.
One thing that is very, very important for you guys to understand why Flyfoot is the way it is done, okay, is that Flyfoot is the only tool outside there that was designed by pure analysts and top coaches, okay? We sat with many coaches, we sat with many analysts, we asked a lot of questions, and we listened, because the most smart thing to do as an entrepreneur is to listen, okay? There's a book about a guy called written about the guy that he founded Waze, the application location car directions company, and he says that you have to fall in love with the problem, not the solution. No, and that's what we did. We listened a lot, and in that product discovery, we listened to many coaches, as I said before, including, of course, Aitor Karanka. And the design that you're going to see right now, it's the outcome of, 150 interviews. So we have a pretty good understanding of the main pains and issues of an analyst and a top coach at the top level, okay? Those three are, the first one is the time, okay? There is no time, and there is a lot of video to watch, and all processing tools, uploading, downloading, all the softwares currently out there in the market, they're shit when it comes to saving time, okay? That was a huge opportunity for us, and we nailed it. If I may quote Sergio Trinchet, the analyst for Valladolid first team, he says that before having Flyfoot, he used to spend 4 hours in his analysis procedure, and now he spends 2. So that's a 50% saving time. Okay, that's a lot of time. Okay, and that's something that's very important. The other 2 points that are super important in this pain quest on understanding the needs of the analyst and the coach is that many sports director and academy directors, they go out there and they have to buy many softwares, one for the first team, another one for the second team, another one for the academy, and they end up with a huge bill of 14 different softwares, okay, and suppliers, which is absolutely crazy and not manageable at all, no. So we made our software compatible with fixed camera and with drone camera, okay. It was first designed for drone, but then we adapted it for a fixed camera, and it's now working for fixed camera. We even have clubs that don't have a drone, maybe because they're in a country that they cannot use it, like Russia, or maybe because they just don't have a drone and they want to use it with their fixed camera, like, for example, Lean, second division in Norway, no, Lean FK. And then the third point is the flexibility of the data. No? We are a company that we can deliver data on top of video, but we can also deliver the data on Excel. Okay, and this for coaches like Aitor, or coaches that have the good mentality, the global mentality of understanding everything about the player, the context, the team, the club, etc. It's great because it gives you the possibility to have two different conversations. One conversation with the staff to identify patterns that are not obvious at first sight, but then you have the possibility to sit down with the player and show him in 2 minutes what he has to execute or really correct or really reinforce or whatever you want to say, but super fast, super specific, and make him understand better. No, if I may quote also Fernando Hierro, which is the friend of Aitor, when he first came to the office. Fernando Hierro is 10 out of 10, just like Aitor. The way he looks on the TV and you see him is the same guy outside the TVs. No, he's pure captain. He was born a captain and he will die as a captain, pure character. And he said to me, "Okay, Luis, first day in the office, forget about all that shit. Okay, what I need is the player to understand better. If the player understands better, he's more likely to execute better. Full stop. Okay,
Luis,
so fast,
Luis,
precision."
give me only 30 seconds to translate to the Italian community
Sorry.
because now it's not easy for me, but I will try. So praticamente Luis ci ha spiegato innanzitutto una cosa molto importante che per noi analisti, quindi mi ci metto dentro anch'io in questo discorso, la cosa più importante è poter salvare più tempo possibile. Ed effettivamente è così, perché quando poi c'hai una tecnologia come Flyfoot, per esempio, riesci a migliorare la tua qualità di analisi, riducendo poi il tempo, che è una cosa fondamentale per noi. E lui faceva appunto l'esempio dell'analista del Valladolid che diceva che prima di Flyfoot impiegava 4 ore e adesso con 2 ore riesce a fare tutto quello che faceva prima. Dopodiché ci ha spiegato che oltre all'utilizzo del drone, Flyfoot è compatibile anche con le telecamere fisse. Quindi comunque questa tipologia di analisi può essere fatta anche da diverse angolazioni. E questo aiuta tanto, aiuta sia per la tattica, sia poi per mandare il messaggio più chiaro possibile alla squadra e ai giocatori. Sorry man, but I try to to tell fast what you tell. So if you want to go on, no problem.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Do you want to show the videos?
Yes,
we can
you can continue to talk, and we can also comment together some video. Tell me only if you can see it, and we go to talk about it.
I can see it. Not yet. Yes, right now.
Okay.
So, for example, this is a video that I recorded with my phone. Okay, shitty iPhone, iPhone 8 from 2010, something like that. I don't know, really old iPhone. But the image is fantastic, because it has perspective, and that's more than enough for the software to give you speeds, distances, acceleration, deceleration, and more stuff that you want. Okay. tracking is super hard and strong tracking. We trained the model with more than 9,000 games and training sessions. I'm going to show you more videos right now.
Yeah. I need only the time to share, but
No problem.
I'm here.
Okay, this again, you can see super easy to do, just a couple of features. You don't have to do the tracking manually, it's done automatically. Okay, this is a huge saving time. Okay, you just upload the video. If it's got good perspective, if it's a good quality video, tracking will be done automatically, and then you can start to process and ask for information like here, no, distance, speed, things like that.
Of course.
Okay,
Let's also to see other video that you share with me some video to introduce uh, the program. I want also to show to the people that follow us how is the situation.
there you go.
This is
This is
about
drone.
Real Madrid.
Correct. This is drone technology, really similar to the job we did for Aitor in Granada, amongst others. And yes, I believe here the perspective is important. And then whatever you can apply afterwards with the software, it's an extra value, no? But one question, Aitor, when you implemented it in Granada, what was the reaction from players and the rest of the staff?
Surprised because again they didn't used to use this kind of technology. For me, it was good because again the mentality of the players in every single country is different, and in Spain we are really well prepared tactically. So you need to tell them with images the things that the team is doing well or the things that the team is doing bad. Because again, I arrived to Granada on Monday. I signed a contract on Monday night, and my first game was at the Wanda Metropolitano 2 days later. So less than 48 hours. So the first meeting without the fly foot was. I don't want to say that we were arguing, but we were discussing a lot of things about the distances, about the position on the pitch, but since we took flat foot, everything was easier because the players again didn't have any excuse. They understood what I was telling them. They improved because again when the coaching staff is showing you every single detail, every single data, so it's good for them to improve, and the change was amazing.
Great, thank you. Thank you. So there you see the perspective, no? The amplitude of the image, and that helps the player to understand what he has to do, responsibility, individually and collectively. Michele, what was your experience in the Romanian Federation when you implemented fly foot analytics?
I want to tell in Italian 1 second, okay? And after I translate also for you guys. Per me è stata una sorpresa perché comunque io lavoravo da tanto con il drone, credo che ormai sono più di 10 anni che lavoravo con il drone. La cosa che mi ha sorpreso di più è stata appunto vedere che c'è un tracking dei giocatori molto, molto efficace, che è una cosa che comunque non è così scontata. Quindi ogni giocatore nel campo viene, diciamo, catturato nell'immagine. Oltre alle grafiche, che non sono scontate, e soprattutto puoi andare a fare un lavoro di distanze, puoi andare a fare un lavoro di compartimenti e puoi andare a analizzare veramente cose che nello specifico poi servono per la partita. So I tell them that for me was important to work with this typology of technology because I used, I think, from 10 years the drone, but before was difficult transform the image in analyze, because the difficult every time was the tracking of the players, and in the video that I show sometimes, I don't know, we can see one image that somebody draw, and for the player it's one focus very important to arrive to the objective. I mean, uh, it's not only the message about the training that is passing, it's also the message that the coach want to give them, and from the training you can arrive at the match. That is the most important things, the process that pass in every training to arrive at the match. So for me was very nice. It's very nice because we are in collaboration also now. So it's very nice to can use it, and help me a lot, honestly. I want to tell to the guys, to our friends from Italy, if there are some questions. So ragazzi, se ci sono delle domande intanto dalla community, dalla chat, ditecele, poi le traduco io e così almeno andiamo anche a parlare delle curiosità, insomma.
Allora, intanto Michele ti domando, che ci hanno chiesto dove hanno notato i miglioramenti più grandi da quando viene usata questa tecnologia, nella tattica, dove, in quale zona, insomma, in quale...
Okay. So I think this is more for Mr. Karanka, that it's a coach, so he can answer us better. They ask us from the community which typology of department had the best result. I mean, if are the defender, the midfielder, or the striker that go to develop more with this typology of technology. I mean, if it's the work with the defender, the midfielder, or the striker.
The team, because again, it's the because at the end of the day you are showing them distances between them. So is the way to have the or to keep the team compact. Is the time to keep the players together. The things that you are training during the week, they should do during the game. But again, maybe it's more useful, especially to defend, to be more organized. Because again, when you have the ball, the players are free to do whatever they want, whatever they know. But it's true that maybe it's more useful when you have to show them the way to defend.
I'm agree. I go to translate. Allora, naturalmente alla domanda la prima reazione è stata la squadra, perché tutti quanti poi vanno a beneficiare di quella tipologia di esercizio, però se proprio deve dire un compartimento che aiuta magari il processo con questa tipologia di allenamento, è in fase di non possesso della linea di difesa, perché in fase di possesso anche la creatività, la fantasia dei giocatori che poi va a inficiare l'azione, seppur magari un'azione diciamo studiata e manovrata, però fondamentalmente in fase di non possesso ci sono poi le utilità maggiori. Altre domande, ragazzi?
Enrico?
Sì.
Allora, visto che ci chiedono che siamo in format italiano, e in Italia c'è qualche squadra che beneficia dei miglioramenti di prestazione di fly foot?
So this is for you, Luis. They ask us if in Italy there are any team that is working with fly foot.
No, not yet, and it's a pity because we would love to be very present in Italy. We're mostly extended in Spain, Argentina, Mexico, the US, Uruguay, Ecuador, and many other countries, but not yet in Italy. So
Maybe somebody that is watching now.
people watching, if you want to keep your job and win next Sunday, subscribe right now. I give you free trial, no problem.
Also, this is important. If somebody have any question personally to you and to the application, when they can contact you, like this, we can give also one information in plus, because maybe somebody is interested about.
Look, it is very important. One thing that we see throughout the world, no, is that when the analyst does not work for a big club, we see a lot of analysts in small clubs, maybe third division, second division, something like that, that they pay Flyfoot Analytics like their own account. They subscribe themselves because they understand the tool is a booster for their career. So in order to attract the attention of a top club, of a top coach outside, you need to have good video material. Otherwise, you're completely invisible. So if you guys want to make, I don't know, Aitor or Jose Mourinho or any other Pep Guardiola, any other of those top guys, look at you and remember your name, you need quality video analysis. The only way to create quality video analysis is to do it with something new. Because if you use the video analysis from the TV, that's fantastic. You're just as not visible as before. But if you have something like Flyfoot Analytics, in which you can add your speeds, your distances, your acceleration, and the actual reading of the game, of that play, training session or match, then you're visible. Okay, so that's why we see a lot of growth in the company, because many analysts see Flyfoot Analytics as a booster for their career.
Traduco velocemente, ci sono molti analisti che lui conosce, loro sono più radicati in Spagna, in Sud America, diciamo sono in contatto anche con alcuni analisti italiani. La cosa importante è che molti di loro, che magari sono in squadre dilettantistiche, magari vanno a comprare il loro prodotto e nel giro di 2-3 stagioni riescono veramente a fare poi il salto di qualità. Gli è successo anche più di una volta che allenatori che magari dalle scuole dilettantistiche sono riusciti poi a fare il salto di qualità. Sinceramente è un aiuto molto grande. I tell them that honestly it's a very good help for us, for the analyst, but for the staff in general. Altre domande, ragazzi, così facciamo le ultime 2 o 3 domande e ci salutiamo. Okay. I want to ask you something, Aitor. I want to ask you something about your path, because of course you are one player with sorry, 200 and a half matches in Liga with Real Madrid, Atletico Bilbao. If there are also maybe some young guys that is playing in some teams, which is the best advice to arrive in the best level, like player, like coaches? What you can tell to who is trying but maybe for some reason don't arrive in the best level?
One thing that I don't know if I have since I was born is the passion. Again, then the talent, how good you are, or you know, it's on everyone. But the passion, I'm not training now, but what I am doing now, and organizing a congress about football, and I go to bed dreaming about that congress. I am working for UEFA to analyze the Champions League games, and when I am traveling last week, for example, to Dortmund to analyze Dortmund PSG. I was going to the pitch and I was desiring to do the analysis. So for me, the main thing is to have the passion to do whatever you want. If you want to be a player, again, it depends of your talent, the luck you have or the path. But again, to have a passion every single day, and to go forward always. As a coach, the same. In the worst moments, I want to arrive the following day to the training ground to try to improve. So again, for me, the passion is vital. And then, if you have the passion, you have the talent, you have that luck, you can make your career. But again, without the passion, without the trust in yourself, it's impossible.
And like coach, I think it's also more difficult now because like player, you have the pleasure and you wake up and you want to go in the pitch to train. Sometimes like coach, you receive a lot of pressure, a lot of critique that are not easy to manage. I mean, with the press, with a lot of other aspect that sometimes is not easy.
No, the life of the players is the best life in the world. Because again, you are doing what the thing that you have been dreaming since you are a kid. Everybody wants to play in Primera División or in CALCIO or in the national team. So it's a dream for everybody. So when you are lucky and you reach that level, is a dream. So you are getting fit, you are getting famous, you are getting good contracts, you are doing what you were dreaming to do. So this is the paradise every day, but it's true that when your career finishes, it's completely the opposite. When I got retired, I was 33 years old. So you are dead for football, but you are still 33. So what can we do? And then I was lucky because Luis had been speaking about a good friend, and Fernando Hierro convinced me to take the license, the coach's license. Then he gave me the chance to go work with him in the Spanish national team, under 16. I was under 16 national team coach. So again, since that day, you know that you are not a player anymore. And the first, how can I say, the first thing, the first subject that you learn when you are taking the license is that you are going to get criticized. Always, especially when the team loses, it's going to be your fault. But that is something that is normal, because when the team is doing well, it's because the players are really good, because the club gave you everything. But when the team is losing, it's because you are not doing your job. But again, you need to understand. If you don't understand this kind of mentality, it's going to be difficult to be a coach.
Altre domande? C'è qualcosa dalla community? Sì. Dite.
Perfect.
Sì, non... Ah, ok, scusa, no, lui diceva che la vita del giocatore è la miglior vita che tutti desiderano, no? Quando siamo piccoli, fondamentalmente tutti vorrebbero essere un calciatore professionista, però anche lì ci sono degli ostacoli, va vissuto sempre, no? Con impegno al massimo dei livelli. E quando sei allenatore, lui è stato fortunato perché l'hanno convinto, quando poi si è ritirato dalla carriera di calciatore, a prendere il patentino per allenare. Ha iniziato con la nazionale under 16 della Spagna e niente, ha detto che comunque c'è una pressione diversa, perché la pressione sia positiva che negativa, perché la squadra vince perché tu gli dai i giusti impulsi. Al tempo stesso, quando perde, naturalmente è tua responsabilità, quindi è normale che questo avvenga. Ci sono altre domande? Così almeno poi li lasciamo.
Allora, sì, Michele, un'altra domanda, ci chiedono quali sono le aziende che collaborano che usano il programma Flyfoot società, ecco, in
Sì,
questo
ok.
momento e ci chiedono anche se secondo Luis può essere applicato anche a società semi professionistiche o anche dilettantistiche.
Okay. So I think that you are Spanish, so a little bit you understand, Luis? But
Michele, io parlo italiano perfetto.
okay, but I gonna to translate to be sure.
Just to be sure, please.
So they ask us which are the best team that in this moment are using Flyfoot. If you can tell us 3, 4, 5 team, plus if for you one semi-professionist team can have access at one technology like Flyfoot.
Yes, 100%. So to the second question, 100%. We already have analysts in second division in Argentina that are using it. Third division in Argentina using it, no problem. And some second ref and third ref in Spain also for the second question. And for the first question, I would say maybe that the biggest club, our biggest, let's say, most important club, because we have two types. Okay, we have clubs that allows us to say that we work for them. Okay, and clubs that do not allow us to say that we work for them. Okay, just because they are super big and their brand is costs more than our service. No, so I would say that our biggest client is Atletico Madrid. We've been working for Atletico Madrid for 4 years now. We signed a renovation in January for 3 more years. We cover 18 categories in service. Okay, 18 categories, 1-8. And this for me is a huge accomplishment. Why? Because normally football clubs take you from year to year. Renovations go from 1 to 1 because there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of softwares. And to have the recognition of such a important club in the world like Atletico Madrid, obsessed about tactics and performance of players, to me it says that we're doing the things correctly. And then we got the interest of Michele from Romania. This year they're gonna fight for the championship in the Euro. So yeah, I mean Michele and Cholo Simeone, big names.
Non so se sulla stessa frase io e il Cholo Simeone possiamo stare bene. I don't know if in the same
Not
in the
yet.
same
Maybe not yet.
phrase. No, I can't really. I need other 15 years of experience, but thank you very much because for me it's really a pleasure. So I thank you because for us was an honor to be together. I don't know if it's the last question in the corner or we tell them. Sì.
Chiedono più personale che in questo momento non c'entra molto con il discorso di droni, ma ci chiedono nella sua carriera quali sono i giocatori che hanno giocato insieme a lui che gli sono rimasti impressi per caratteristiche, per forza proprio del giocatore, qualità.
Con e contro?
Soprattutto con.
Ah,
Se vuole
con.
può aggiungere anche contro, chiaramente.
Okay. So one question like more for the past of Aitor. Which are the best teammates that you had in your career? If somebody that you play with was so strong, like quality that enter in your heart.
As a friend, the biggest one is Fernando Morientes, because at that time we were sharing a room, and imagine playing Real Madrid, we shared the room together more than with our girlfriends at that time. So we slept more times together than with our girlfriends. But it's true that the 5 years that I was in Real Madrid. I had I have amazing relationship with a lot of them. For example, I was with my son. My son is now 22 years old, And a few months ago, we were in one restaurant here in Madrid. We were together, Figo, Sidor, Roberto Carlos, Sisu, Raúl, Morientes, Maca. And then when I left, my son said, "How long? It was the last time that you were together." I said, "I don't remember, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years." And he was like, "Wow," because we looked like we had been together the previous week. So the relationship that we made in those years here was amazing. I remember now after the games going with the families for a dinner. After the training sessions, always we were having a beer. At that time, we could have a beer. Now it's more difficult. But again, we had an amazing relationship, and now when we are together, it's like we have been together a few days ago. And I was really lucky because when I arrived, the stars of the team were Zucker, Mijatovic, Fernando Redondo, or Clarence Seedorf, and when I left was Hierro, Raúl, Sisu, Makelele, Figo. So sometimes when I see pictures in those 11s and I am there, it's like a little bit scary because I say what I am doing there.
I understand. I don't understand, but I understand because I can imagine what was in that years, in that period, in that dressing room. That the quality was so up, that was unbelievable. It was a legendary team. So thank you very much, and it was a pleasure to be together this hour. And if Luis, if everybody want to ask you something, we tell them to write you in the
please.
site of Flyfoot.
Yes, site of Flyfoot, or you can share my email, personal email. Anyone coming from your side, more than happy to have my personal email, and I will answer fast.
Okay, thank you very much, and good luck for everything. I hope that you was okay with us in this hour.
It's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed it. So again, Luis is there. So whatever you need from him, I will be supporting him. So, and imagine that if I won 3 Champions League with Flyfoot, imagine if I had played now, I would have won 6 or 7.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.